Hello, and welcome to Popcorn News, something to watch while you eat popcorn. Do not try to comprehend it all. Nay, just eat the popcorn. Orlando nightclub shooting. Oh, isn't it shocking? Orlando nightclub shooting. Orlando nightclub shooting. We are upset. Oh, what can we do? Orlando nightclub shooting. Ooh, I know. Vote for me. No. Vote for me. Orlando nightclub shooting. Vote for me. That, in the preceding video, was the latest moving about the Orlando nightclub shooting of June 12th, 2016. But, if you are not a cow, you might be interested in something else. There have been multiple allegations of vote fraud in the Democrat Party primary elections.
And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking you're out of your mind, you're a sore loser, you've been drinking too much paint thinner. And two of those things are true. Lawyers who say they have proof of election fraud that would overturn the primary, and they believe their lawsuit will be successful.
So what I can say to you as a lawyer, I will represent you as a lawyer. In my opinion, Hillary Clinton has been used for the purpose of scuttling Bernie Sanders' campaign for president. She's being used, but they've been caught. It's obvious. It's just like Bernie Sanders when he talks about the system is rigged. The elections are rigged. The evidence is clear. Everybody's going to see it, and the game is over. Bernie has won, in fact, and he will win officially.
And it doesn't matter who you support for president. You should still want a legitimate and accountable system. Because until we have that, we have nothing. We have the meaningless facade of a democracy until we get that.
So the DNC has basically, the chair of the DNC, in my opinion, has to go. She is basically a rotten apple.
Yeah.
And she only has one objective and one objective only, and that's to elect Hillary Queen.
I want to get to the election fraud that you've talked about. You know, we've covered a lot of the lying, the cheating, and the stealing that has gone on in this primary election. Polling places slashed in many states and counties. Hundreds of thousands of votes purged from the rolls in New York alone. That's just New York. There are lawsuits. There are voting machines that seem very sketchy. At the Chicago Board of Elections didn't even seem to care that their voting machines were way off. And the exit polling doesn't seem to match up with the results at all. But you have even more proof of election fraud. Tell me what you found.
So my votes vanished right in front of my eyes. I got it in camera. I got it in photocop and so forth. I should have obtained in New Hampshire 2,400 votes. And at the end of the day, I ended up with a lousy 95.
Where's that done? Is that done in the machines? Is that done by the DNC later? At what point do these votes disappear?
Okay. The votes, the ones that disappear with me, it's after they have been counted by the machine, and you have approximately about 1 minute to be able to take the picture.
Yeah.
And at that moment, there's a computer program that kicks in that basically tells you, it's an algorithm that basically tells the computer, Rocky shall not exceed in any city over 7,500 people more than 0.1%. So, for example,
the fact that our election system is so rigged and there's so much fraud that occurs that we no longer have the ability to enact political change and choose our representatives through the voting booth. Let's face it, that's gone. We have had sham elections going back for years, and for some reason the American people just play along with it. They just, we know we vote on machines that can be hacked remotely without leaving a trace of evidence. We know we vote on machines that are banned in Europe because they are so easily hacked and they're considered such garbage that their results can't be trusted. And we play out this farce, and it's really surreal. All these rallies, all these political speeches, all this media coverage, all of this for what? For a lie. For a lie. Democracy in crisis. Democratic primary riddled with voting irregularities and concerns of election fraud. It would talk about what happened in California and the mass purging of the voting rolls in California and the disenfranchisement of non-party affiliated voters forced to vote provisionally on ballots not likely to count. In New York, provisional ballots, they only counted 20% of them. The rest, 80%, were thrown out. So Bernie Sanders won this primary election. The exit polls not matching outside of the margin of error in the majority of Democratic primary elections and states voting. Huge red flag for election fraud. Now, in other countries, that would be a cause for investigation. That would be a cause for audits. That would be a cause for recounting of ballots. But in the United States of America, that's a cause to cancel the election exit polls, because the problem, you see, isn't that the election fraud is being revealed and we need to do something about it. We need to audit it. Oh, no. The problem is that the election fraud is being revealed and it's exposing the fraud, and they don't want that to happen. So they canceled the election exit polls in California, in New Jersey, and then just as expected, we had mass problems yesterday in California. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what happened in California. Headline out of LA Times. So ironic. The breaking news headline at the very tippy top of the page is Hillary Clinton wins Democratic California primary. And just below it, the article goes on, quote, "It was just chaos. Broken machines, incomplete voter rolls leave some wondering whether their ballots will count."